Cowboys-Eagles, the Sunday night game this week in prime time. It's a rivalry game to boot. Not a lot of love lost between these two teams, and today's radio appearance by Eagles center Jason Kelce is not likely to help in that department.
You know, there's certainly a rivalry there. We play them twice a year. Everything's heightened. I would say mostly I just don't think that a lot of players, in particular me, just don't really like the franchise or the organization, what it stands for, what it's always stood for. I've just never really appreciated what the organization and what its fans really stood for, you know.
Nice.
A lot of fair weather people from across the country that just kind of fell in love because they're winners instead of having any type of emotional connection to the team whatsoever.
Weather in Philly today, low 60s. Mike Garafolo's there with this report.
Yep, it's a rivalry week here in Philadelphia. I was in the Eagles locker room on Wednesday. Everybody seems to understand that. Everybody, including Golden Tate, who's only been here for about 8 days. Tate has been working with the coaches to learn the terminology of the Eagles system since being acquired via trade last week. But there's nothing like those live reps in practice with Carson Wentz. He finally got those on Wednesday, and Wentz believes that there's a lot of upside to a connection with him and Tate.
I mean, everyone's different. You know, everyone's different. Obviously, the more reps, the better. But at the same time, you try and, you turn on the film of what he's done in Detroit to try and just see his body language a little bit on routes and what he's good at and those types of things. So, like I said, it'll be big to finally get out there today and finally start to get used to him and build that chemistry right away.
Wentz and the Eagles coming off a bye. It allowed a couple of guys to heal up, including running back Darren Sproles. Hasn't played since the opener. They're hopeful he will make his return this week. Also, right tackle Lane Johnson. They thought he might miss a couple of games with his knee injury he suffered against the Jaguars, but he's expected to play as well. Asked somebody here about that. They said it's Cowboys week, and if Lane can stand up, he's going to play. Now to Jane Slater with those Cowboys.
Thanks, Mike. The Cowboys sit at 3-5 right now as they get themselves ready to go on the road for the rivalry game against the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday. Now, believe it or not, walking into that locker room today, surprisingly optimistic. Running back Ezekiel Elliott tells me their mentality this week is it's us against the world. He says they've got to try and win as many games as possible now if they want a shot at the playoffs. With that being said, the Cowboys do have a tough one ahead. The Eagles at 4-4 have got some stuff to figure out themselves, but they're coming off a bye week, so they are fresh, and it looks like they're getting back their running back Darren Sproles. Here's another thing to be concerned about. They come in with the number 2 ranked run defense, and this is something the Cowboys have had a hard time with as of late. Elliott says they've got to start off fast. They've got to get the run game going. In 3 of his last 4 contests, he's been held to 61 yards or fewer.
Well, you take a look at this. When the Cowboys have asked Dak Prescott to be a throw-first quarterback, 30 or more passing attempts in a game, he has regressed, at least statistically speaking, from his rookie year all the way here to 2018. Let's bring in former league MVP now, Kurt Warner. By the way, he is not the Hall of Fame quarterback who called for a complete overhaul of the Dallas Cowboys franchise. That was the other guy, Troy Aikman. As for Kurt Warner, do you see the struggles continuing for Dak? They play at Philadelphia this weekend.
I tell you what, Scott, I do. And I watch a couple different things. You know, it's not just about stats for me, but, you know, the first thing I watch is timing of throws. And when I watch Dak play, I feel like he just holds the ball too long. Like he's not definitive in what he's seeing. He's not getting back, making quick decisions and getting the ball out of his hands. And so when you're holding it and you're getting sacks and you're getting pressure and you're not making some of those tight plays that you can make if you throw on time. And then the second thing is the playmakers. You know, I know they added Amari Cooper, but I'm still waiting to see somebody in that offense that can make the big catch or the contested play for Dak Prescott, and I just haven't seen it.